Mr. Topics, Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, butterflies. What can I tell you about butterflies? I'm not an expert in the matter, but however, when I was growing up, it used to be a lot of fun trying to catch butterflies and put them into a glass jar in order to, as it were, watch their behaviour. And of course, their behaviour is so very important for cross-pollination and cross-fertilisation of crops, apples and plums and fruits and all those issues. And as you probably will have been aware of, that on Summer Watch programme, this particularly was going on last week, there actually is a tremendous concern about the decline in the number of butterflies in the country. And I think some parts of the country are affected more than others. I'm particularly thinking of the southwestern part, and the interesting southwestern, not necessarily the district part, but the rest of the region, that there have been a sharp decline in butterflies. And people are worried, and yet there's not a lot they can do, although there's a particular specimen or a particular species that they're going to import from Switzerland, I think it is, or one of the countries in Europe, in order to try to regenerate the growth of those particular species of butterflies. And I suppose it will be probably a year, apparently a year to 2 years, before they're able to evaluate the success or otherwise of their experiment. But I think it would be great if they were able to do that, because obviously, although we've had an excellent year with regard to fruit, etc., it would be a very serious issue if there was a decline in the cross-pollination of other fruits, etc., which we all really need to live on. The other thing about the butterflies is that they're ephemeral. They do tend to die, live a very short period of time, no longer than a day or maybe 18 hours. So I think it is interesting that there needs to be a vast production of butterflies in order to maintain the species. Otherwise, they would become exterminated. When you think of it, it isn't the colour of the butterflies. When you see them, they're so radiant and they're so visually pleasing and quite lovely. And it's remarkable that all these little butterflies can exist on, as it were, on the plants and flowers, etc., and continue, as it were, their existence, even though their lifespan is very short. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, the red light has come on, and I think I've told you the beginnings of what you need to know about the evolution of butterflies.